This is McCook's Mr. Bilson. Honored to have you here. Muhammad Ali at 74 passed away. I had the privilege as a young person to see him fight in the 1960s. You bet. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's an understatement of what he did. Redd Foxx, a comedian, spoke of him way back, saying that he was the only black man that he knew that got paid to beat up white folks. And more than a few white fighters tried to whip him, and they didn't get the job done. You bet. Redd Foxx also said that if the black men could all fight like Muhammad Ali, they wouldn't have to carry a straight razor with them. A straight razor. He said he, however, didn't get the memo that a black man was supposed to carry a straight razor for defense. And so he said what he had in his pocket was a roll of nickels. And he said he'd put that in his fist if he ever had to fight anybody. He said it worked reasonably well. But he said, I didn't get the memo on a straight razor. But you're here for a story, so let's talk about something that's very sharp. Well, I have a good friend here in McCook, Nebraska, Kelly, and he had a toy that he brought up and showed it to me. And it was a box cutter, just simply a box cutter. Absolutely a locking box cutter. Well worth its weight in gold simply because it's built like a tank. Absolutely built like a tank. Locking blade, that's a plus and a half without question. Easy access to open and close. And of course, if you want to change out the blades, you simply push this button, if you can see it here. You push it and you can pull out the razor and switch it around to the other edge to always keep you a good sharp one in there. And of course you push it and it slides right back in. It's ready to go again. And you can fold it up. It has the belt clip on it. It's well worth owning. Cost $6 bill at Harbor Freight. I thought it was a extremely valuable tool to own after I saw his. And because I'm always cutting things at the candy truck, boxes and sacks open, as well as the bakery itself. This makes your job easier and safer, and rest assured, you don't have to be a terrorist to own a box cutter. You don't have to be a terrorist. And I hope you consider a good, sharp tool for cutting for yourself, for your family, and for your business. If you have a cutting tool, you're gonna get cut. That's just a fact of life. You're gonna nick yourself, a finger or what have you. If you let it go, it can get ahead of you. When I was a kid, I had blood poisoning 3 times, and the last time it almost killed me when I was a young man. And so with that in mind, I got proactive. And one of the things I always keep around is a tube of antibiotics. You bet. And so Neosporin are the different ones. Even the cheaper versions are better than nothing. And so if you get your finger cut, you immediately get it out of your toolbox or your survival kits, whatever, and you put it on your finger where you were cut. But you don't stop there. I take it and I'll put it in between the joints. Just a little bit there, and that will absorb into the hand, as well as at the wrist and at the inside of the elbow. Letting that absorb and fight all the way. That means any kind of infection has not just one barrier to get through, but multiple barriers to get through. And by doing this, I've never gotten blood poisoning again, or even anything close to it. I immediately shut it down. And so should you. I want you to stick around. We'll need you the day after. And this is one of the tools you're going to need, especially if you're around cutting tools. Rate this film.